Spelling. You probably know the name. She was side by side with famed TV producer Tori Spelling for 38 years. She's a mom, she's a grandmother, and a New York Times best-selling author. Her latest book, Candy at Last, is out now, and Candy is here with me to talk about this book. Candy, thanks so much for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
You know, a memoir, always sort of a chance to set the record straight. You understand the world of tabloids better than anyone. Your name has been thrown out there, especially because of your relationship with your daughter. Was this a chance to set the record straight when it comes to that?
Pretty much so, yes. You know, there's some interesting things in there, and I tell about, you know, going back to my childhood to some extent, that, you know, how I grew up, and yes, I was able to set this straight.
Did you feel like you were misunderstood in a lot of the tabloid stories that have been out there about your relationship with your daughter?
Well, I never said anything. I kept silent, so I felt that it actually became worse because they just had a field day because I didn't comment.
Obviously, a sensitivity when it comes to kids being involved, your grandchildren. Now, Sunday, it's Mother's Day.
Yes.
What motherly advice would you have for your daughter, Tori? You know, she has the new show. She's very public about her relationship with Dean and the struggles that they've had. Do you have motherly advice that you give her a lot?
When she asks me for it, yes. But, you know, I'm always there to support her and to follow her dreams. I mean, she loves to share with the, you know, the audience and the public. That's partly what she does, and she's been very successful at it.
And has it been hard for you to watch as a mom and as a grandmother to her kids?
Well, as a mom, of course, it hurts to ever see your child hurting or, you know, to be going through anything that's traumatic. And, you know, so I'm there for her, but it's you know, we're texting while I'm away here. We're texting every day because she just started shooting her new show, so.
In this book, you talk a lot about your relationship with Tori Spelling, of course, a lot of the things that you went through, a lot of the difficult times that you went through.
Yes.
Did you get advice along the way of how to deal with the fame that came along with the Spelling name?
No, I didn't. And actually, my husband wasn't famous when we got married. He was really just had started a partnership company with Danny Thomas. And I didn't know. I mean, it all kind of happened. It's kind of like I felt when I was pregnant. I'm not reading all these books. You know, what'll happen will happen. And you know, maybe that's why I was kind of content and happy with everything I did.
And another thing about this book that I like is you're very honest about some of the struggles that you've been through. Yes. Body image struggles. Any woman would read it and say, okay, she's like me. Because, you know, fame, fortune, those things don't always equate to perfection.
No.
Tell us about that, how you document that struggle.
Well, I try to, you know, in the end, no matter how we grow up or how we, you know, we live our lives, we're pretty much the same. I don't think that I'm a lot different from anyone else out there. Going through a whole transition when you have a spouse that dies, or moving out of a big house, or moving out of anywhere, in other words, and having to do it in a short amount of time, and you know, moving on with your life, and another chapter, and you know, kind of growing up and going, okay, this is what I have to do. I don't want to just sit here and watch TV and become a couch potato.
It's Mother's Day. One best piece of motherly advice you've ever given?
Just be happy.
Enjoy life.
Yeah.
Great advice there, Tori Spelling. Your book, Candy at Last, is out now. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Take care. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.